I don't mean to scare you, but there's nothing.
So then in that auxiliary track or that group track or that effects track, place an EQ. I use this 30 band EQ, and then on that EQ, make a bell shape. So just cut out the lows and the highs. And here's what's important to know. So, and this is why I'm so excited about doing this workshop, because there are nuances that can come up that are very, very important when you're mixing, where you think, okay, I did it, but it might not be exactly what's needed to create the effect that we want. So I'm going to show you something about that right now. Let's say you use an EQ like this one, like curve EQ, which is a Voxengo EQ. Okay. Up here on the top left of this EQ, it says 12 decibels. And if I click that, I can either choose 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 24, 30. See that? Does everyone see that? Okay. It's defaulted to 12 decibels. What does that mean? That means if I pull this down, like look down here, minus 12, minus 9, minus 6, minus 3, 0, 3, 6, 9, 12. It means you can turn it up or down by 12 decibels. I can turn the lows down by 12 decibels, and I can turn the highs down by 12 decibels, and I can make my little bell-shaped EQ here. There's my bell-shaped EQ. Is this useful for what I'm trying to do with reverb and delay? Not really. You know why? Because I've only turned the lows and the highs of my reverb and delay down by 12 decibels, which is not that much. However, if I go here and I go to 30, look, see how much I actually turned it down? Can you see that? 30 is way down here. 30 is like really turning a sound down quite a bit, a lot. Now that's more what I want, if necessary. And it's all by ear. Sometimes 12 is okay. You have to just do it by ear. You have to listen. But I want to show you that there's an option, because the one that I use actually does not go down to 30. And if I hear like too much mud on the low end or too much highs on the high end, I'll come to this EQ and I'll use this. But as a default, I found that the one that I'm using, it's normally enough, but it's not always what I end up using. See that? Because it is 12 dB, so it's less. But then I have this as an option that I'll go to if I really want to crank it down and get more out of it. So this is a nuance that, it's like doing this workshop is a great way for me to convey to you to go into your DAW. So here's what I want you to do as part of this workshop right now. Go in and look at your EQs, various EQs in your DAW right now, and see if you can identify how, like look at this one, look at the stock one in Cubase. Can you see the numbers here? It goes up 24, down 24. So all EQs are not created equal. So we found one that has 12. Now we're finding one that has 24, and we found one that has 30. The general rule is the more, the better overall, if you need it. Fergal, question?
Yeah, I'm just trying to replicate what you're doing there, Gary, and I have the curve EQ open, but I was just wondering if you could demonstrate drawing in that bell shape, because I'm struggling to draw it the same way as you have.
Yeah, it's an art. Like literally, this is like an art. It's like Etch-a-Sketch or something here. So what I did was I created, as you can see, 6 points, right? And the middle 3 over here and the middle 3 over here, I just pull them down and then pull down the edges. And there's my 30.
And how to create those points, you just click on the line, is it, wherever you want to create them?
Yeah, watch. I'll create one now. So I just clicked on there and move it. Click and move it. You can't just click it. You have to actually click and move.
Okay, I'll give that a try. Thanks.
Yeah. So go into your DAW right now and open up more than one EQ and see if you can determine the range plus and minus of how much the volume will be turned up or down in your EQ.